We bet you never saw this coming. Doesn't matter if you haven't heard of us. We're here to stay. The Indie Show on Annex Radio.
Hello and welcome to The Indie Show. I'm Dylan.
And I'm Branan. Today we've got a great show lined up for you, and we'll be playing some really awesome music.
And later on in the show, you might have a chance to win tickets to an awesome event coming up later this month.
And as always, we'll be bringing you the latest in indie news. But first, let's get started with some music. Here's Two Door Cinema Club with What You Know.
And this is Annex Radio 99.3.
Welcome back. This is The Indie Show with Dylan and Branan, and the song you just heard was What You Know by Two Door Cinema Club. That song was actually off of Tourist History. That was a really great album. Two Door Cinema Club, they're signed to Glassnote Records, aren't they, Dylan?
Yeah, Glassnote is actually one of my favorite indie labels out there. I mean, they've got some real heavyweights. Mumford & Sons, Temper Trap, and Secondhand Serenade, just to name a few. But you know, they recently signed one of my favorite artists, Childish Gambino.
That actually sounds pretty familiar. Isn't that Donald Glover from Community?
Yeah, it actually is. Yeah, he's been rapping for quite a few years now, but up until this point, he's been releasing his music online for free.
Well, you know, that's a really smart way to get your music out there.
Yeah, it definitely worked for him. His first studio album, Camp, comes out today, and lots of people are really excited. It's actually number 6 on the iTunes top-selling album chart right now.
Well, when you think about it, that's pretty good for an indie album, isn't it? I mean, maybe it's because he's a rapper. I'm pretty sure that like Drake's album just came out today as well, and it's on the top of the charts already.
Yeah, but Gambino's rap is a lot less generic than, a lot of mainstream rap. It's really unique, but enough about Gambino.
Yeah, it's time for a commercial break, but we'll have a lot more for you when we come back, so sit tight for now, kiddos.
Yeah, this is a break from our sponsors.
Have you ever had a craving for a warm, delicate, sensuous taste of fine chocolate? Perhaps melted chocolate in a fondue mix with some sweet, fresh strawberries. Excuse me, you're drooling. Go ahead, indulge in some Lindt chocolate. Lindt chocolate, the taste of quality at its finest.
Life can change in a flash. One moment you're fine, the next moment, a tidal wave hits you. I'll never forget the moment it happened to me. I felt cold, embarrassed, and scared. I felt like there was nothing I could do. Don't let it happen to you.
Kotex pads. Be prepared for anything.
The Indie Show with Dylan and Branan.
We're just going to keep the ball rolling here and hit you with a bit more music.
Afterwards, we'll be going to Spencer Cathcart for a brief weather update.
But for now, hailing from Newmarket, Ontario, Tokyo Police Club with Your English is Good on Annex Radio.
Futures are, you don't need to change.